Welcome to the Doing Business in Bentonville, the Whiskered Warehouse Warriors podcast. I'm your host, Josh Safran, with my co-host, Mr. Harvey Williams, with the fantastic beard today.
Hello, hello.
Now, you do that work on your own on your beard? Do you go to a shop, or do you do that, or what's your secret on that? That's a tight beard.
I've got a very expensive Philips Norelco that I bought from CVS 5 years ago, and that's how I keep it trimmed. I think I've got it on a 12. I'm not even sure if that's millimeters. I'm just thinking about that.
Now, does the wife like the beard? Is she a big fan?
Oh, big fan. Big fan of the beard.
Fan.
I have not had a clean-shaven face since my probably first month at Plug and Play 7.5 years ago, because I got hired with a beard, and I said, hey, I've got new colleagues. I've got a new boss. I've got a reputation to build. I'll go clean-shaven. You know, I come from an investment banking background. That was very natural to me. And in the first hour on the floor with my brand new teammates, Heis, one of my good friends, said, hey, who's the intern? And the whole room erupts in laughter. I'm feeling like a schmuck. And I said, I'm not doing this again. I'm going to keep a beard from here on out. And now, thankfully, I'm starting to thin up top. So I'm starting to look a little older, a little bit more pedigreed, a little bit more, just a little bit more experienced all the way around, Josh. And the beard helps fill that in for me.
Well, the first couple of years working with you, because we're on my third year and you've been here more than that, every picture in your profile was you without a beard. And I was like, you have to change that because I've never seen you without a beard. And so now knowing that's a really old picture of you that had used to be in the Plug and Play profile. Wow.
Yep.
All right. Well, moving on for the audience, because we're not specifically here to talk only about that today, but Rahul did get the memo and kept his beard. So we got very lucky. Rahul, the founder of Genuin, welcome to the Doing Business in Bentonville Warehouse Whiskered Warriors podcast today. Thank you for joining us, my friend. I had a chance to meet you in person last week and really, really impressed with your tech. Why don't you just give the audience a little bit of your background? I know you had multiple exits and you've had multiple different startups that you founded. So why don't you start off with a little bit of a bio around you, sir?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, thanks for having me, Josh, Harvey. Great to meet you as well. Very briefly about myself. So I'm in finance operations on the tech world for the last 20 years. This is my fifth rodeo, Genuine. My first one was DigitalOcean, the cloud-based company in New York. Did IPO a few years back, went public at $4 billion market cap. I was in early management for that company, and after that I went to join a company called Secure. It's in fintech, based in New York as well, a deep tech company. The last round we did at Secure was Series D at 4.5 billion valuation. Raised total about $450 million. Same story as well. Joined the company in early stage when the seed stage Series A. After that, I was at a company called Carbine for last 3 years as CFO. Carbine, we developed the world's first cloud-based emergency responding solution. So we help upgrade 911 system around the globe. A similar story as well. Grew the business, 2x year over year. Raised about $130 million Series C investment we got from Founders Fund, Valor Equity Partners, some of the amazing funds. And then I met, Genuine, and joined built the team, joined the team at Genuine a few years back, and so I'm looking for my fourth and last exit, hopefully, depending on what's happening with Carbine. So that's all on the corporate side. And before all that, I was with Ernst & Young, KPMG for a long time, working on the IPO practice, did many IPOs over there.
So before you get into Genuine, Harvey, you would tell me, right? There's no such thing as a sure bet in this game, but he's pretty close to a sure bet. Like everything he's touched has turned to gold. So that gives me a good feeling on Genuine and where this thing is going to go, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the pedigree, the background. Rahul has seen almost everything you can see, I would imagine, in kind of the last era of tech startups. So yes, it's awesome.
He's almost a sure thing.
Rahul, did anything stick out just from your kind of your journeys with those companies? Anything stick out to you that's just a funny story, a horrifying moment, securing victory from the jaws of defeat, 5 days from cash out. You pick.
Yeah, I mean, so many. Like, working in the startup, like every day is a fire drill, right? Like I remember the days at the Carbine where we had literally, 1 week of cash left in the bank. And I was talking to my CEO that, dude, what we're gonna do? Like, we're working on the fundraising, the check hasn't hit the bank yet, and we have 1 week of cash left. And so we went through those moments as well, with the sleepless nights. But luckily everything worked out, and we grew the business amazingly from that point. I remember the days at Secure and DigitalOcean where every day we were like growing like crazy, right? Like there's a super high growth moment that we had for like next 6 months, next 12 months, growing month over month, quarter over quarter. So all that plus I remember the moments at Genuine, like recently that when the fire drill, when the service is down, or when something happens in the back end in the system, and we have like 20 people working on it to fix it and all those things. But yeah, I mean there's like there's like I have seen like high of high and lows of low during this journey. And but it's exciting. Like I think this is what I love. Like I love to be on the edge. If things get routine, I get bored very easily. So I like to be on that edge, like that thrill. And this is where I get that. So yeah, I love every moment of it.
So give us a little bit of the tech and Genuine. Is it Genuine or Genuine? I don't want to make sure I'm saying correctly.
It's a Genuine.
Genuine. Okay.
Yeah, just like
Get
Genuine
that
without
song
it.
out of your head, Joshua.
I just making sure because yes, so Genuine. So give us a little bit of the tech on the Genuine.
Pony.
I knew we'd get Harvey singing today, so that's why I threw it out there. Yeah, on it, right?
Exactly.
I mean, sorry, Rahul. We digress.
So Genuine, basically, we have built the generative video experience infrastructure where, in the simple terms, think about like if any company, any brand in the world, if they want to have their own social media platform, if they want to have their own social media experience that integrates inside the mobile app or the website, inside the digital channels, then we have that platform to make that happen. So any company, any brand, just similar to like, Stripe and Shopify, right? If you want to build a website, you go to Shopify and get the website built within a few minutes. If you want to have seamless payment integration, you go to Stripe and do the integration. Similarly, if you want to have your own social media platform, then we are the only company in the world today that provide end-to-end, 100% white label, your own social media experience that integrates inside the digital channels. And boom, from first minute, you can have just like TikTok, just like Instagram, just like Facebook kind of experience for your user, where they can have the vertical video feed along with the entire engagement mechanism behind that. So that is what we have built over the last few years. And that we went to market, a few months back and seeing amazing traction.
So if I'm the chief marketing officer at Clorox and I wanted to talk to you because I wanted you to help me put some cool content behind my Clorox wipes brand, like walk me through what that conversation will look like and what you'd be able to do for me.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, the problem today, like for the Clorox or any of the brand, right? They have lost the ownership to the social giants. They are totally on the mercy of the social giants algorithm. If something change on the social giants platform, the AI algorithm, it impacts the business, right? There's the CAC is going high, ROI is going down. Literally every single content they have in social giants, it's a pay to play. There is no organic boost anymore. Plus, they don't get all the data. They don't get first party data. They don't get zero party data, right? It's kind of they're kind of renting the space from them by paying so much without owning it. So what we can bring to a table for the Clorox or any of the brand is that they can have the plug and play platform, by integrating our SDK inside their mobile app and the website. So we have the robust backend center where they can log in simply, with the one click of thing. They can build their account. They can integrate their Google Drive or their social handles where they have all the content. Our AI platform can fetch all the content and create the groups or subgroups or topics based on the brand affinity. and all the content get curated automatically by the AI platform and get tagged into particular groups. And within a few minutes, a few days, they can have their own social media platform just look like TikTok and Meta platform that sits inside the digital channels. So that way, what happens is, by having the platform like this for the Clorox, they get all the engagement back to the destination. Right now, they are, talking to their audience, their consumers, their users, their customers inside the ecosystem. Right now, they're also having, all the zero party, first party data, right? So Clorox now know that, the users exactly, watching which video, where they're commenting, where they're liking, where they're bouncing off. They get all those kind of data, which is super valuable for brand to understand the user profile. The third thing is it's expand the use of the content, right? Right now, they're producing all the content. They have millions of minutes of content that's going on through into YouTube or social giant platform, but there is no value for that. They're not getting true value. Now they are getting the true value of all the content they're producing because it sits inside the ecosystem, and they are driving the kind of that algorithm that which content they want to show to which user and all that thing, right? And the last thing is, this create the new revenue stream. So now we are kind of increasing the time spent on their digital channels. So now consumers, the users, the customers are spending more time on their platform versus watching those content on the outside the ecosystem, right? So having people spend more time, it's always great. So this is what we can bring to the table.
So are you able to understand, I mean, everything you just said makes a ton of sense to me. If I'm keeping people on the Clorox website in this specific example, instead of pushing them out to TikTok and hoping that they come back, are you able to understand what they're doing on your website, what they're looking at, how much time they're spending to really understand and identify with that consumer and some of their shopping behaviors?
Absolutely. So we capture and we provide about 200 events of data to the brand. And all this data owned by the Clorox, right? We just process the data. We don't control the data. So now Clorox having all this data, knowing exactly the user profile, the user journey, and not just that, before that, right? Like, if someone is looking for, some cleaning supply on Google, when they come to the Clorox looking at, those products, they get the content to see relevant to the search query, right? So they know where user came from, searching for which item and what video they're watching based on that, and how much time they're spending and all those things. So absolutely, this is exactly what we can bring to the table.
Because I used to work for big CPG, and you talk to the marketing teams, and who's the target audience for this launch? And it was the same target audience for every launch. Mom, 25 to 40, right? Making $85,000 a year household income at a minimum. And that's who everybody wants. That's the sweet spot. But the reality, that's not the person who's necessarily shopping or they're scrolling on their website. And so you're really marketing to actually the wrong person, because who you're aspiring to market to isn't actually who's shopping for your brand.
Yeah, absolutely. You got the very relevant point. So see what happens on the Meta, right? So
when you go I got the relevant point there, Harvey. See that? You impressed Harvey today.
It's been a while since Josh has received that kind of compliment. Rahul, kind of makes me wonder if he didn't pay you off before we got started here.
We had a pre-call before this, Harvey. This was like you're just jumping in here.
Yeah, so like that's a beauty, right? That on social giant platform, you get all kind of content, right? You're watching some content of the fashion. Now you got the content of the cats and mouse. So there is no curated brand safe environment the user is getting. Having this platform inside the ecosystem of the brand, now user can join the relevant group that they like to join, right? For example, we went live with TED last month, TED Talk, and we did the integrations in very seamless fashion within like few weeks, and went live on the mobile app throughout the US. In the TED app, they have created 8 different groups, from technology to personal growth to science to healthcare. And now a user coming to TED platform, they can see those 8 groups, and based on the topic of interest they have, they join one or many different groups. And depending on which group they join, they consume the relevant content. So the whole relevant is what we kind of giving to the brand and getting to the users. Today users are getting bombarded with all kind of content, right? So this is where they're getting the more curated environment to consume the content they like to consume.
And then for kind of like the the future of how you guys foresee the shopping experience evolving, what role do you guys want to play in kind of how you're starting to change that dynamic for the shopping experience? Because how do we tie this
Yeah.
back to our listeners of like, okay, in 12 months, in 24 months, this is what you can expect if you walk into a large retailer doing business in Bentonville. So if you walk into a Walmart, for example, what might that look like for the consumer? You know, they're going to be watching a video, they're going to see an ad placement, but then maybe they're also going to be able to click on a product in the video itself and they're going to see a deal. Can you kind of elaborate a little bit on that?
What we like to make a change is that we want to bring that entire purchase discovery journey at the brand's destination. You give an example of Walmart, right? So if I'm looking for, let's say, a TV, I look at and I like the, ABC company TV. I look at them on the Google. I want to look at the review. I want to look at some UGC, some feedback. So I consume all this content on the Google or different platform. Then I come to Walmart and buy that. Right? I don't spend like 1 minute on Walmart and buy that. Instead of that, what we are bringing is that entire purchase discovery journey at the brand's destination. So now I'm coming on the Walmart, and in the Walmart itself, I'm watching all the content, all the UGC for the TV, all the feedback, all the review videos. And over there, I'm deciding to buy that and adding the cart and buy it right away. Right. So that entire purchase discovery journey from end to end, it's gonna happen at the brand's destination. On top of that, to answer your second question, what change we're going to make over the next 12 to 24 months is also that, having our platform integrated in one and many different brands, we are creating the entire network effect, right? So think that, we have a brand, TED went live, right? We have Buzz went live. Let's say we have Walmart, we have Grubhub, we have Wakefund, right? We have all different multiple brands. So think like, now as you being the, Walmart as a brand customer, now you can have access to the TED ecosystem. You can have access to, let's say, iHeart ecosystem or Grubhub ecosystem. So we can give each and every brand that additional reach and distribution that they don't have it today. And that is a super valuable that you can get millions of new users access that you don't have it today in the relevant fashion.
Rahul, we talked about Clorox, we talked about Walmart. When you work in the intersection of both, I assume that there is a reason for you to have a contract with a retailer and a reason for you to have a contract with a brand. Kind of walk us through the differences, the similarities, where the overlap may be.
Yeah, so we typically integrate the platform with let's say in the Walmart example, with Walmart as a customer. So we signed the contract with the Walmart. Now Walmart have thousands of retail brands as their partners, right? And they have already the co-op dollars. They already have all the content they're getting from the brands being advertiser in the ecosystem. Now what we bring to the table is this new video channel, new video unit, new video content that Walmart can put on the platform where all the brands can be a sponsor, can be an advertiser for this new video ad unit, right? So we are giving that uncapped, unlimited inventory to the Walmart that they can extend to all the brands they have. And all the brands, the benefit for them is they're getting in front of relevant people, right? To your earlier point. Now they are not showing the video of washing machine to someone who's looking for TV. They are showing the video of washing machine to someone who is interested in washing machine. So that whole relevance that we add, that Walmart get and the brand get, is super valuable. And that is what, we are kind of adding to the layer. But we don't sign the contract with the brand. The brand becomes the sponsor at the retailer. We are happy to integrate the platform directly with the brand as well if they want. So we're talking to a few brands, they're like, we'd love to bring this experience on our platform. We're not looking to monetize. We're not looking to add incremental ad revenue, media revenue, but we just want to have this experience where we own the audience, that we control the communities, we control the algorithm. So we bring platform to them and they turn on these integrations, and now the users getting that experience inside the brand's, destination, inside the brand's ecosystem. Without having the new revenue stream.
And then how do you guys foresee the world changing for the in-shopping experience or the in-store experience, excuse me, whenever they're going to Sam's Club or they're going to Walmart? Are they still able to interact with the content if they choose to do so? Like, how do you guys think about that?
Yeah, even the physical Walmart store, right?
Right.
Yeah. So basically, if anyone's going to, physical Walmart store, like, they can think about, like, you have now the scan for the QR code outside every aisle in the store, right? So you scanning the QR code. When you scan the QR code, now you're seeing that particular group or particular community for that aisle where you are consuming the content, for the item you're looking for in that aisle. So in the real time, you're getting all kind of validated, curated video content that you can consume, looking at the reviews and feedback of the product you're looking to buy, right? So just increase that validity in the consumer's mind to purchase that product. So, because in the store, there's no one to talk, there's no one to look at, right? There's no one to ask. So with having this community or group, you can consume the content and then you can purchase the product. So increase that engagement at the destination.
So Rahul, so I'm assuming that if you partner with a Walmart or a Nike or whoever the case may be, let's just use Nike as an example. I'm a big sneaker guy, so I go onto the Nike website and I'm scrolling and I'm watching videos on the latest Jordans. The next time I go on, it's going to know enough to start showing me things directed specifically to Josh Safran and my shopping behavior. Right, I assume that's going to now become a much smarter interaction, and I'll have a much better shopping experience using the AI on the Nike website. But can I walk through that a little bit for me?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you go to Nike the first time, you might see some content which is a super popular content on the platform by other people. So you start seeing those as first, right? Then you can see the different groups or different communities or different categories that Nike might have created. So you can join one of those many communities or groups, and once you start joining those, then you are getting the content relevant to those communities, those groups. So now you are consuming the content based on your interest. On top of it, you can get access to all the members who are part of those groups and communities that you have joined. So you can also interact with them. You can engage with them. You can see all the comments and all the engagement data for them. Right. So, you become kind of part of that group, become part of the community based on your topic of interest. For the Nike, now Nike knows that which video you're watching, how many seconds you're spending on each video, right? Which group you have joined. And so Nike is feeding you the content through our AI algorithm, through our AI platform, based on your journey, your time spent on different groups, different communities, watching different content, based on also your purchase journey, right? So if you bought, 2 sneakers last month, they might show you the video of, like sandals, for example, or, some other product that's relevant to your sneaker that you bought 2 months ago, right? So Nike is showing to the people exactly what they need to see based on the purchase history and the engagement journey in the platform.
So I think to me, I mentioned this up front, but sorry, Harvey, I think I'll let you chime in after this piece here. But I think the thing for me that's most interesting, I know you said it up front, is you are keeping me, if I'm Nike and I'm working with you, engaged and active on that website for much longer. And instead of me popping off and going in a chat group or talking to somewhere else or going to watch videos on TikTok or YouTube or somewhere else, you're keeping me actively engaged on that website, and you're understanding all of my behaviors while I'm on your website for that period of time. I mean, this is fascinating to me.
Absolutely. Just to give you some example, in last month, in month of March, we're waiting for April data. In month of March, we have seen about 1.8 million minutes spent on the platform. We have seen incremental 16.4 minutes spent by the user at the destination. So we are giving that additional incremental 16 minutes of watch time of the time spent by the user in your store, in your website, in your mobile app. So that is super valuable for any brand. Yeah. And think about the data you collect by spending 16 minutes by the user. Every piece of the engagement, every eyeball, every footprint on different pages, as a brand, all those things. So this is the data that, the brands are not having today. And this is the data where social giants are owning and controlling. So now we kind of, breaking that walled garden and giving those data and engagement back to the brands.
Sorry, Harvey, I cut you off before. I'm sure what you were going to say was much more brilliant than my question.
It was to let you know that my Nike data is slightly skewed because I've been buying baby Jordans and
Well,
baby Air Force Ones for my daughters, and it's a huge miss. My
well, maybe they're
recommendation
going to think
engine,
you have small feet. Maybe, I mean, one never knows, right?
and I love pink. Um, does this, for your business, for Genuine, are you guys focusing on a particular price point for the product, a particular category of product? Are we talking about grocery in the same way that we would talk about um, power tools, right? Like, how are you guys thinking about tackling that in your approach to go after the big box stores?
Yeah, so we want to remain the tech company. We will be a tech company. So what we bring is the infrastructure. So it's up to the brand, how they want to use this canvas that we bring, right? But for sure that I think the high value ticket item is a super valuable in early stage because that's where they can get the maximum value out of people spending time on the platform because engagement has a cost as well, right? So having that super high value item and moving that quickly by watching the content, by watching the video is a more ROI for any brand. So, people, like users or customers or consumers, it definitely get influenced by watching the video, right? So by watching multiple video of the same product multiple times in different format, it influenced the purchase decision. And so yeah, I think a high ticket value item is definitely more relevant, but even grocery as well. Like we are talking to a few retailers, the big box grocery store retailers, and they love the platform because they are like, you know, we all we're looking for is incremental time spent on the website on our mobile app, right? Even if you get me 1 more minute, people spend more on my store, we would love that because the amount of data that we will collect and we can utilize that for other reasons is super valuable.
I mean, think
Um,
about it. It's such a powerful way to promote your own private label because that's where a lot of these companies are going now, of course.
yeah, and plus,
Why
what happens like
wouldn't
all the retailers, they have already co-op dollars, right? They're already spending the ad dollars of the retail partners. So like, Walmart, for example, they have thousands of brands, right? They must be getting the ad dollars from them. But what happens is there's no enough inventory on site. So they spend these dollars off-site on, social giants platform or YouTube or Google, right? So now having this inventory, unlimited inventory on their own destination, they can spend those dollars over there. And that is where, we transform the cost into revenue.
Rahul, on the data that's coming on the output of this stuff, are you mining the data and packaging it up neatly for your customer and then helping them with the so what? Or is that left for them to do on the back end?
Yeah, so we provide the raw data because every customer we have so far right now in the pipeline, these are all the bigger, big brands and big retailers. So they have their own BI tools already exist that they're using for multiple application. So we provide the raw data and we can integrate our platform with any BI tools today that exist, right? So they get all the raw data and they already have machinery set up to produce the report they need to produce, to look at the KPI that's relevant to them. So this data becomes, just fitting those KPI that's relevant to the brand. And every brand has a different KPI, right? They're looking for different data for different reasons. So we just provide the raw data and they can use the way they want to use. But we provide that seamless integrations with the BI tools.
how would you guys think about the product in like a year or two? Because where it is right now, it's like perfect timing, right? Like the convergence of vertical video format, the convergence of TikTok and Instagram. It feels like you guys are hitting it right at the moment that it's perfect. You have these large companies, these large stores and brands that have lost access to first party data. They've lost increasingly losing access to their customer because a few products or a few companies want to stand in the way between them and their customer. So they're losing that relationship. They're looking for a way to get back into it. Then you have agentic AI and the convergence of those tailwinds coming in and helping brands finally start to wrestle back control of how they want to project their image to the consumer. You guys are nailing that. I'm curious how you ride this wave over the next 12 months, 24 months. We're going to go through, I'm sure, some ups and downs in the Gen AI space, what you can do with agentic AI and other AI tools. But how does Genuine look in 2 years' time?
No, absolutely. So our ultimate vision is to democratize social media, right? So the way we're gonna do that, 2 years from now, you will see a genuine platform integrated in hundreds of brands, right? The small to big. And we're going to provide, like I was saying before, that network effect. So now the brand or the retailer can have access to the other ecosystem, the other audience, right? So Walmart can open the community inside TED, for example, right? So now, the TED users are watching the content, but they're also looking at the content that, pushed by the Walmart, using the media dollars of their brand, right? Of the Samsung, for example, or the brands they have underneath. So that network effect is what we are forecasting or we are foreseeing that's going to happen in the next 2 years. The other things we're going to do is that we want to provide that infrastructure where every company, when they from the day one, when they open the entity and they open the first, their website on Shopify, the first thing they will do is open the, account in Genuine platform and own their own social media platform, right? So, so any company looking for to start the business to have their own social handles, they're gonna do that on Genuine platform, and by doing that, instantly they will get access to these 100 other brands that we have, from Walmart to TED to iHeart to Grubhub, where they can now get that additional reach and distribution. So we want to provide that growth engine to every single brand out there, small or big or new brand. Then on day one, they can get access to hundreds of millions of people, not on social giant where they don't have any understanding of the user. Here, they're going to have the full understanding of the user, and they're going to show the product, or they're going to reach out to the audience that exactly the relevant to the brands. So that is what our ultimate vision is.
Rahul, as you're starting this journey, because you're an earlier company here and you're thinking about working with a Walmart or a Target or a Kroger or a ShopRite or a Publix and so on, is there anything that you would do with one or not the other? Is it okay that you're working with many? Is there anything, the reason that if I work with Target, I can't work with Kroger, but I can work with Costco? Like, what does that look like for you from how you're going to pick and choose partners and who you want to work with and not work with?
Yeah, no, I think, we can work with each and anyone. We don't have any conflict, or, we provide basically the technology, right? So each brand can use the technology how they want to use. There is no, data sharing among them. Every brand will have their own data. They're going to have their own experience. They're going to have their own customization, personalization based on the brand affinity and based on the user profile that they have. So we just remain that infrastructure company where brands can come and open their own TikTok shop. We don't. But the one thing I want to make sure I want to call out is that what we are doing, none of other company or big if you look at like Amazon, for example, none of those can do it, right? Because they already have so much conflict of interest in their business, so they cannot provide this infrastructure to other companies. They can have on their own platform, right? Similarly, any other like Walmart, for example, like no one can, no big retailer can provide this white label to the brands because of obvious reasons. So Genuine is the only platform that available out there. They can provide the white label to each and any brand.
The only platform, Harvey, the one and the only. I want to make sure that you're clear on that.
Yes, absolutely.
Harvey, any other questions for Rahul before we ask him to wrap up with website and LinkedIn and all their pertinent data and information?
I think maybe we can add to that, Josh. Also want to make sure this is a platform for people to try to get the word out if they're making any key hires. There might be folks in the community that would be interested in joining a startup or joining a rocket ship that you guys are building right now. So in addition to the wrap up and everything else, yes, are you currently hiring? In what positions? How can people get in touch with you? Like, what's a good chance for us to be a funnel for you on the talent side?
Are you looking for a job, Harvey? Just making sure we're putting that out in the world that you're good, right?
Look, we're the Whisker Warehouse Warriors. It's a good it's a good gig, Josh. But what Rahul is building is
I mean, he's a four-time
top-notch.
exit. I mean, like, why would you not want to be on his team?
Like, I want to take my content strategy to the next level.
Yeah, of course. Like, you want to be with the winners, and Rahul's definitely demonstrated he's a winner. I'd want to work for him.
Exactly.
Are you hiring?
Guys, come to anytime. We love to have you. Yeah, and to answer the question, so we're always looking for talented people. It's always hard to find, and we're always looking for the right skill, the right talent. Particularly, we are looking for talent right now in the of course, on the AI side, we are adding tons of AI capabilities in the platform, both on the front end and in the back end. On the back end, we are adding the whole the content curation, moderation, capabilities where the like brand like Walmart or any other big brand, they have tons of content right now. Curating those content in real time within like seconds, it required a lot of the horsepower in the platform. So we are continue investing in that on that side. So looking for the talent on that front. We're also looking for talent, of course, on the front end office. So to serve the customers, we are signing many customers. This time we're getting amazing traction, and so looking for those talented account managers, the customer success team, members who can kind of help grow the account. And we're looking for people in the engineering side, right? So we have a backend office in India. We're looking to expand, the office or the talent outside India as well. So looking for those talent.
So pretty much, I don't meet any of the requirements for him to hire me, Harvey. So I'm gonna probably just
keep
him on warehouse warriors and hopefully be able to keep this plug and play office afloat here in Bentonville.
We'll just slowly keep adding to our list of accomplishments here, and then maybe you'll be ready for the prime time with Rahul.
Maybe, but doubtful.
Maybe. Yeah.
Rahul, give us the website, the LinkedIn, the best ways to contact you.
Yeah, absolutely. So our website is begenuine.com. We have all the details on the website, including the career page. So, please visit that. And any questions we have, happy to schedule the call on the website, and we can discuss more detail. I'm on LinkedIn, Rahul Chat. So, definitely connect me over there as well. And happy to chat. My email is, rahul@begenuine.com. So happy to receive any emails and, looking for further discussion. What else?
No, your background is super impressive. The tech is very cool. I think that you're ready to take off. I think there's a ton of different use cases that make sense for corporate partners and folks in this community in Northwest Arkansas. I think the supplier community is ready for stuff like this. Big retailers, big or small. It's fantastic tech, and I've had a chance to demo it and go on the website. And if you haven't seen it, please, I encourage people to do that because folks really want to see the tool, play with it, and it just makes a lot of sense for people to get access to you and what you're doing. You're about to take off, as Harvey said before.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do want to give a shout out to Josh actually and the whole PNP team, right? Like, you guys are awesome. I think the value you bring to the table and the connection you bring to the table is super valuable. So, like, not just Genuin, but any other startup, I think they're looking to kind of, expand their network. I think PNP is the place for that. So thank you guys for all your help and all your support so far.
Saeed, Sanam, make sure you're listening to this when raise and promotion time comes in. I mean, it's just I'll have to put that into my annual review, Harvey, with Frederick. Make sure he had a chance to hear that. That was a great shout out for me.
I heard a really wonderful plug for sponsors to come in here. That's what I was hearing.
That's what,
Rahul.
Amen.
Sponsor gold. Rahul, thanks for spending some time with us, man. I think you're building something that's really cool, and it's changing the way that we're going to shop and engage with these major retailers, and it's doing it in a way where the retailers have a voice, they have a control over that journey now, and they're wrestling that back. I think that's awesome.
Yep, absolutely, exactly.
Thank you, Rahul. Thanks for making the time.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it, Harvey. Until we meet again.